Welcome to the peak of Vindagnyr, Vinegar, whatever. I've heard a lot of ways to say this and I still don't know what is right, but I'll say Vindagnyr anyway. Today you're gonna be getting some good info on how to finish the latest domain of Genshin Impact. But before that, for more gaming and toy videos, don't forget to subscribe to Rayven's Playroom. Let's get it on! To start it off, I'm using Razor, Chi-Chi, Xiangling, and Zhongli. The recommended elements for the domain is Pyro, Animo, Electro, and Geo. And here are the characters I specifically recommend that are useful with some 4 and 5 star combinations. So first one is Kaching or Razor because they are heavy Electro users for superconduct reaction. Xiangling. First bring out Goba and Pyronado to break shields, then you can go back to your main DPS to burn the boss. Zhongli or Noelle for shield support. And finally, Jean for healing. For my own party setup and characters, I'll show you towards the end of the video if you'd like to see them, but for now, let's talk about the domain. Now that we have the party complete, it's time to burn this place down. Inside this domain, we fight 2 enemies. We will be calling them Big Guy and Small Guy. What we have to do is to beat the Small Guy first, then move on to the Big Guy because Big Guy is tankier, and it will be easier to beat him when he is alone. As you can see on the ground, there's a red square and blue square on the platform. Red squares reduce your shield cold, and blue squares increase the speed of your shield cold gain. Try to stay on the red one whenever there is one, because you will not be getting a red square all of the time. So be careful and maximize using one. Let's talk about what these guys do anyway. So for Small Guy, he casts spells, front shields, icicles raining throughout the fight, puts ice patches on the floor, and sometimes blinks to a nearby location. These are all easy to dodge. Sometimes you only have to run, and usually he dies so fast that he doesn't even get the chance to cast any of them. Big Guy smashes the ground with spikes, melee attacks, dashes to you, which really hurts. He randomly jumps to you as well. And if he has a shield, he is some kind of empowered and he dashes. It leaves a mine that when you step on it, it explodes and it hurts you a lot. So you have to be aware of this. But what do? We have to use fire characters at the beginning as DPS to break the shield, then use other elements except water to damage him. So in this case, I'm using Electro. Oh, that's Razor. Rinse and repeat. And that's it. Just break the shield, dodge, buff yourself, and beat the crap out of them. Just be aware of your sheer cold, because that's the main mechanic that is added to this domain. Try to beat the Small Guy first after breaking only one shield, and don't let him put another one because it's a hassle to break the shield. That's it. So why do you have to farm this place anyway? Because it gives good artifacts for Cryo and Hydro, and as of the moment, this is the only domain that drops these things. The only thing that makes this domain a little bit hard would be the sheer cold mechanic. Level 90 is the recommended level to beat this domain, but I think you can beat this domain even at lower levels as long as you play in co-op. Between some of the tiers of the domains I've done, I'd put Peak of Vindagnyr just about here. Time to show you the characters that I'm using for this domain. So I'm using Razor as my main DPS. At level 90, I have empowered him up to 62.5% crit rate and crit damage at 151.8%. I think this is fairly high already for a budget player. I don't buy Primo Gems, I just use Welkin and the Gnostic Hymn. So I have a Gladiator set as the artifact that I'm using for Razor. I have a couple of crit rates, attacks, and crit damage artifacts that I'm using. And the next ones would be Chi-Chi. I usually use Barbara as my other characters, but for this time I'm using Chi-Chi. My fire character is Xiangling, the one I'm using to break the shield. And then lastly, I have Zhongli, and he is the one I'm using just for shields. I rarely bring him out during the fight in the domain. Oh, and by the way, I have an ongoing giveaway. We will be drawing the winner at the end of next week, January the 15th. So good luck!